So today's devotion is inspired by something that happened to me a few days ago. My son was like, "Mommy, let's go to the car wash." And I was like, okay. But where we were, I wasn't quite familiar with the area and I didn't know where there was a car wash. So I pulled into a gas station and this very nice gentleman said, "Hey, if you just go down 3 streets, make a right, you will be there and then you can, wash your car." So I started driving and driving and driving. And I finally turned right. And I'm like, man, this is so much further than what I was expecting. So I'm driving and driving and driving. So my son is all excited because he loves the car wash. You know how 4-year-olds are. And I just kind of broke it to him and I said, "Hey, Eddie, we're not gonna be able to do the car wash today because it's just too far, I can't find it." So I pulled into the left turn lane, and when our little arrow turned green, I went to make a U-turn and I looked out of the corner of my eye and there was the car wash. It was right there. But I had already turned around and made a U-turn at that point, because I changed my mind. I was like, we're going back. And so, it dawned on me, how many times do we work towards something and we're working so hard to get to that place, wherever that place is or wherever that goal is that you've set, whether it's to get into your best body and lose extra weight that you're holding on your body. Maybe it's changing and shifting your lifestyle into just being healthier. Maybe it's spending more time with the Lord and really developing your spiritual life. Whatever that thing is for you that you've been trying to strive for, that goal that seems like it's out here. We turn around right before we get to that thing that we've been working so hard to get to. So I know this is going to the car wash and it's not this, grandiose goal, but it still seemed to impact me the same, that I turned around right before I got there. And then my son's like, "Mommy, there's a car wash." And I'm like, "You're right, buddy, there's the car wash." So then I tried to turn back around to go to the car wash and it took me, even longer to get there. And we finally arrived and we got there. The verse that sticks out to me the most, which is one of my favorite verses, is Galatians 6:9. And it says, "And let us not be weary in doing good. Let us not stop. Let us not quit or give up. For in due season we will reap if we faint not," if we don't stop, if we don't give up. In due season, you will get there. You will get to your healthy body weight if you keep working and striving and seeking and trying to find what works for you. And if you don't stop and if you don't give up, right? If we keep pushing through, if we keep asking Him to strengthen us through our process, through that, path, however long it seems, right? If we keep on going, then in due season, we will reap. We will get there if we don't stop and if we don't give up. The second epiphany that happened to me on that day that I was going to the car wash was, on the way back, it seemed like it was a lot shorter of a distance than on the way there, right? So whenever we're going to any location or any place that we've never gone before, it seems really far, doesn't it? It seems like it takes a long time to get there. When you turn back around or when you go home, you're like, "Oh, that wasn't that bad," or "Oh, it didn't take that long." And so the same is true, right? When we're going towards these goals or these things that seem like they're so big or so far away. It's like when we reach them and when we reflect back on what we went through, we're like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." So let's take this lesson on our yoga mat. One way that you can incorporate into your practice is by pressing through certain positions or poses that feel really, really difficult, that you would otherwise stop doing or quit before you reach your goal in that. And so the first thing that I would like to say is, if you're feeling pain when you're pushing towards any goal or pushing your boundaries a little bit, right? Going past where you're used to going, that's when you stop. Pain means stop. Discomfort means that it's mental and that you press through it, okay? So start sitting down on your mat, okay, comfortable seat. You might want to sit on a folded towel or something if it hurts your tailbone. Sometimes doing our little abs here kind of hurts the tailbone. So press your feet strong into your mat, sit up tall through the body, through the crown of the head, as if somebody's pulling you up really tall. Palms come out in front. This might be enough for you. If you want a little bit more, the more you challenge it, sink the shoulders back. Okay, shoulders press away from the ears, but you bring them back away from the knees. So now the abs are really engaged. If this is too much, you can always bring the arms back here, press up through the heart, and you're still getting your abs engaged, okay? But let's press yourself, push yourself a little bit, sink the shoulders back. Good, breathe into it. Now, maybe lift up one foot, and then maybe lift up the other. Now, if you wanna modify, just lift up one foot. Maybe not lift any feet up at all, and maybe bring the chest up. So I want you to play with it, but wherever you find yourself, sink into a position that's challenging for you, okay? And play with it, and we're gonna count to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Now, if you wanna quit, breathe and press. Breathe and press through. He will strengthen you as you push through this. 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. Nice. Come all the way down. Lengthen out through the arms. Stretch out those abs really fast. But you can really apply this to anything throughout your practice, right? That you're trying to build strength or you're trying to move through. Maybe it's not even something that's physical. Maybe it's just getting to your mat and starting. Maybe you've been like, I'm just gonna start tomorrow. I'm just gonna start tomorrow. So maybe for you, it's pushing past that mental block and saying, no, I'm gonna start today. You know, I'm gonna show up for me today. I'm gonna show up for him today. We are gonna work through this together. Draw on him for your strength to help push you through those blocks. And when you wanna stop, invite him in. That is one of my favorite things about our yoga practice and dedicating it to him and focusing it on him, is that we can ask him over and over and over again to help strengthen us, to help refocus us, to get to that place where we're trying to go. So I hope that spoke to your heart today the way it spoke to mine. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and I can't wait to meet you in our next devotion. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Yay! It's devotion time. It's devotion time, it's devotion time, it's devotion time. Oh my gosh, I am so goofy. Okay. Oh man, because sometimes when things get hard, you just want to quit. Am I supposed to say that out loud? But that's kind of how we feel about things, right? Okay, let me get a little bit more serious. Today. Okay. Devotion's over.